This last mini lesson will be a bit different from my earlier ones. Instead of talking about what we are learning in creative writing, I will instead talk about how we will demonstrate what we are learning in the class by creating an electronic final portfolio for English 240. Now, you can find the detailed list of the elements to include in your electronic portfolio or ePortfolio here at the top of the module Final Portfolio in the assignment titled Final Portfolio for English 240, Summer 2025. So instead, what I want to show you in this video are the basics of setting up an ePortfolio on Canvas. First, from the blue bar over here on the left-hand side of our Cerritos College instance of Canvas, I'm going to select Account. From this menu, I'm going to select ePortfolios. Here, I find an explanation of what an ePortfolio is. Essentially, it's a place where you can display and discuss the significant submissions and experiences that are happening during your learning process. And I also see a button labeled Create an ePortfolio. After I click on Create an ePortfolio, the first task I am prompted to complete is to name it. For this assignment, I suggest a simple name, such as Final Portfolio for English. After naming it, I'm going to click on the button labeled Submit. For now, you'll notice I did not check the box labeled Make It Public. Now, when I land on the next page, you'll notice that because I did not check Make It Public on the previous page, I see a notification that your ePortfolio is private. Below that, I'll find the link that I will later want to copy and paste to give others access to my private ePortfolio. This is the link you will want to eventually submit to me for the assignment titled Final Portfolio for English 240, Summer 2025. So I will be able to access your ePortfolio. If you have not yet created an ePortfolio on Canvas before, I recommend clicking on the Getting Started wizard, which will guide you through the creation of portfolio sections and section pages. What I recommend is that you create 4 sections for your final portfolio for English 240, one for each type of element you'll include in it. So that's one section for reflections, one for a minor work, one for a major work, and one for a publication production plan. Think of these as the folders in which you will place your reflections, your minor work, your major work, and your publication production plan. With that in mind, in each section, I recommend that you create a page for each element. For example, if I created a section called Reflections, within that, I could create a page called First Reflection and a page called Second Reflection. Then, when I went to edit the page called, for example, First Reflection, I could simply copy and paste the text of my first reflection. We'll be writing a first draft of that in the form of a discussion post in the near future. So these are the basics of setting up an ePortfolio on Canvas. As additional resources, I've included the links to the illustrated Canvas student guide entry, How Do I Create a New ePortfolio as a Student, as well as to the Canvas video tutorial, ePortfolios Students, in the materials for the final portfolio module. Both those resources, created by Canvas, provide even more information on how to create an ePortfolio. I look forward to reading your final portfolio for English 40 during finals week.